Hey everyone, and friends like this is Airplane 312 here. He totally forgot about this. Yeah, that feels light.
Yeah.
Light.
So this was the idea my mom gave me when I was talking about having to buy a different bag that had a roller.
I'm not going to take out a plastic, but that's what the cart's going to look like from that picture.
Yeah. It compresses down. My mom actually gave me this idea because she found her neighbor had a metal version of this that compresses down like this for luggage and whatnot, because I needed something. Basically, I need a backpack for when I'm hitchhiking. If I drop a truck out in the middle of nowhere and I'm having to hitchhike, I need to strap it on a backpack. But then when I'm in the airport, it'd be a lot easier because of the heavy weight that I'm having it now to have the rolling cart. But this is the duffel bag I'm talking about, the 60-liter duffel bag you've seen on the videos before. And it's a nice padding bag to be able to check with. It's got a thick nylon layer, or whatever they call it, where hopefully it won't get torn when you check it. I'm having to check my bags now on the airlines because I bought the gun, and the only way you can fly with a gun is to check the bag. So now that I have to check a bag, now I'm planning on packing a drill and some other tools for work. Things are going to get heavier in the bag than I used to pack. But I might as well pack that stuff because I had to start checking the bag with a gun. So my mom was saying, instead of buying an expensive roller bag that the rollers always give out on the bags, you should buy this compression cart. And that way I have kind of the best of both worlds. When I go to the airport, I can take this cart out, bungee tie it or whatever to the bag, roll it across the airport like your regular rolling luggage bag. And then when I deliver a truck and I have to hitchhike out someplace or something where you have rough terrain, ground where you don't have the flat ground that you can run a cart on, then I can put this cart at the top of my stuff inside the bag. And so I would have the gun case, the ammo case, my clothes, toiletries, cords, and then at the very top I would have that cart. And put that all in the backpack, and I could backpack out with it on my back wherever I need to go. And it gives me the best of both worlds. And I have a backpack and then I have a roller. So I'm going to try that and see how durable this is in the airport.
And when he goes to TSA and stuff, he's going to ask the TSA to put sticky tape that they already verify that this gun is unloaded. It's already been verified.
Yeah, because you can't check a gun without having gone to the airline's checked baggage line and specifically tell them that you have a gun on you. Or if you have over $10,000 in cash, you just have to declare it. And then obviously you can't pack explosives and whatnot, but you have to. There's a list of stuff that some of it you can fly with, some of it you cannot, but you have to declare it.
But if you're in the United States and stuff, and you have over 10 grand, usually you don't have to declare it. Some people still do it, but you're traveling within the United States, so you can be doing it for business pleasure too.
Yeah, I just mentioned that because there's a few items that you would have to, even if you check it, you have to let them know that you have it. But the gun, you definitely have to check. And then I also had a power drill that I now only have the battery for because TSA took it because I wasn't willing to check the bag that I had with me. It was a softer layer bag than what this is because I wasn't planning on checking bags at the time. And
it
TSA
cost
took
him $50, and the tube cost $50. He said he doesn't want to spend the $50.
Yeah, it would have been $50 to check the bag. And the drill cost $50, so I'm just like, TSA could just have it, because what's the point of that, Pay a $50 checked bag fee for a $50 drill. But now that I have the gun, and I have to check the gun, now I can go buy that same $50 drill again, and then have two batteries for it. And not have to worry about it, because it'll be in the checked bag that I have to have for the gun anyway. So unfortunately, that's the only downside to deciding to pack and carry armed around the U.S. and then having to fly.
And now, when he travels now, he has to now factor in $50 to $100 every time he flies.
Well, it'd be $50 every time I fly because you got to pay the checked bag fee.
Depending on the prices and stuff.
Yeah, sometimes you can get a deal depending on whether they're throwing a checked bag for you, but it's not really a deal because you're paying it within the seat price or whatever. But a lot of the airlines, including Southwest, has now switched over to having to pay for checked bags. I got to take Southwest one time with no checked bag fee, which was kind of neat. No, they used to not have to have any bag fees, carry on or nothing, but now apparently they can't afford to fly without it. So they changed it back to what all the other airlines have, where it's a $50 checked bag, something like $20 for every additional carry-on and stuff.
And legally, you can almost have up to 2 carry-ons, technically, because you can have a carry-on plus one additional small bag and stuff.
Yeah, but for me, I'm just gonna have one small carry-on that has my plate because I cannot lose my work stuff. My plate's in it, and maybe extra cords or whatever. And I might take my Nintendo Switch and put that in the carry-on, maybe. Now that I have the space, that I'm kind of somewhat forced to have to check a bag now. In a way, it's a good thing, and in another way, it's not, because if I check the bag, I can put everything in the bag except for my work stuff, because I don't want to lose the plates for work, which that's just lightweight couple plates and decals. And then I could put whatever else I want in that little teeny tiny carry-on bag. It'll be like the size of a personal bag that you put underneath the front of the seat for what I want to pack around the airport, which would be nice. That way I don't have to fill my coat pockets with stuff. But everything will be checked in the bag because I have to check the gun. I heard at one time with a gun, yeah, but you're better off with checking the bags because they help to make sure that the bags get to their destination, because the airports did not want to put up with the liability of having a gun. Nowadays, apparently, I've heard rumors that it's not like that anymore. That sometimes they just lose the gun. Oh well. So I'm gonna do my best to lock the gun up in the duffel with a TSA approved lock, so they can still get in there and look at it if they need to. But then the metal case for the gun itself, I will have the only keys to that. But like Airplane 312 was saying, I have to check it anyway and have to declare it at the gate anyways.
And then if he runs it through the scanners below, he wants to have a sticker on it, so that it's clearly say, "Hey, this bag has already been checked."
Yeah, it'll have a sticker on the case, and it may or may not end up with a sticker on the outside of the bag. They used to start doing that, and then people wised up to the fact that there's a gun in there and tried to steal bags. So now that they put the sticker on the actual gun case itself inside.
And they might put it on the bag too, so they know, okay, this bag.
Sometimes, but some airports still do it, but some don't, because people have wised up to it and steal people's bags because of the expensive gun that's in the bag. Because of course human beings have to ruin it, have to come along and decide, I'm going to take somebody's stuff.
And if someone takes the bag that has a gun, it's automatically felony anyways.
Yeah, exactly. But that's everything I bought, and then you want to take it out of the plastic and play with it? Maybe. The hard plastic. At least they come with a really hard plastic, looks like.
Yeah, even though my fingernails, as I said before in the previous video, wants to fight me.
Well, that's what it amounts to. It's basically like what you would see on a regular luggage bag, except for it's a compressible cart. That way, when I go to check the bag, I don't have wheels that can tear off and whatnot. It'll just be a checked bag because the wheels will be inside the bag. And it makes the best for all three worlds, because I can check the bag without wheels. I can roll through the airport with wheels, and then when I have to hitchhike out someplace where it has rough terrain, I can backpack out and not have the wheels in your way. And I have to thank my mother for this idea and see how well it holds up. I don't know how well these hold up, but it does look like a pretty hard plastic. I had lots of different choices to choose from, and I found this one that looked like, from the pictures, it was a pretty hard plastic. So I'm hoping it will hold up over time. I plan on just having this 60 liter, which will take the majority of that bag up. Which I have everything unpacked right now because I'm organizing it, or I would show you with the 60 liter full, but maybe before when I'm leaving I'll have it on the cart and I can show you the size of it on the cart. But it's handy, it's just like a rolling luggage bag, except you strap the bag to it.
I'm still lightweight.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can actually do this with...
Yeah, see, and that was the main thing, is to try to keep the weight down and the bulk down. But I like the fact that I can go check the bag and I don't have wheels that can rip off or whatever when they're going down the assembly line. Because the wheels are inside the bag. But then I like the fact that I can easily take that out and then roll it around the airport, so I don't have to pack it around the airport on flat surfaces when I could have rolled it. But then when I go out hitchhiking, when it's too rough a terrain on the side of a highway, on the shoulder of the highway, I don't do it that often, but every now and then I get stuck having to do it to get to this point to that point. Because there's some places like the middle of Wisconsin and middle of Alabama and stuff that you just can't get a cab or Uber or Lyft or anything from for like 30 miles, which doesn't sound like much, but 30 miles hitchhiking could take you all day. So sometimes, and so I want to be able to pack it within the bag and look like a regular hitchhiker on the side of the road instead of like a airport tourist with the rolling luggage. And it helps me fit in with hotels too. If I want to go loiter in a hotel lobby and kill some time, I just look like I have an expensive regular REI bag and not a rolling luggage bag, because I have it hidden in the bag, which is handy.
And you might just take water and stuff in the hotel and stuff, which technically hotels will not get pissed off. You just take water or
Yeah.
sometimes a little coffee and stuff.
As long as you don't smell funny and you look like you're you kept on your hygiene and whatnot. Hotels usually, the higher end hotels don't usually care if you're sitting there, loitering in the lobby for a little while. Some of them have lobbies that are designed to sit there and just do whatever you want and watch TV and whatever. On your higher end hotels.
And some of them frown upon. But they say you just need a quick minute.
Yeah, but
rest,
the
like
places like
minutes.
the Courtyard by Marriott and like the Residence Inn and stuff like that, part of their brand thing is to have people come in there and hang out and do whatever they want and decide whether they want to stay there or not. So long as you're not like homeless looking and smelly and funny looking.
And sometimes if you just take an apple or two, yeah, technically still theft, but sometimes if you just need a little apple or orange juice or something like that, and you only do that once every year and stuff, they
If
won't
you
get
really
pissed
needed
off.
to, if you're in that rough of a spot, sometimes they have cookies in the afternoon and whatnot too, the hotel breakfasts and whatever.
But try to ask
really
them
rough spot.
first if you're not a guest.
Yeah. Yep, but that's it for this video. Like and subscribe, leave comments, we'll catch you in the flip. Peace.
Peace.